Hey everybody, I think I muted my mic over there. Okay, they're going live now. Let's see what these cops got to say. This Copaganda. If you tuned into the live LAPD show last week, the LAPD got roasted over the coals. The chief, everybody, all the LA officials. I mean, the people that called in just really went in and let have and gave them the business. So hopefully this live will be exactly like that. I'm finna go run to the blender, make me a drink. I need some libations. I need to calm my nerves. So that's what I'm finna do. It's 2:06 in the afternoon. It is time for a happy hour drink. So I'm gonna do that while we let these incompetent cops do what they do. Be more incompetent. They can't even start on time.
member is not only a shareholder but a stockholder, a stakeholder in the community, in the department. And what we do is a reflection of the values of the community and the direction the community wants to be. And that can be complicated, can be a challenging relationship, particularly when some controversial things happen. But at the end of the day, the 911 call lights up. You want someone there. You want someone to respond to this call for service. You want someone engaged. And since I took office, and my wish has been to change the culture of the organization. And I campaign on a platform of reform, rebuild, and restore. And our rebuilding the culture of the organization, not just the infrastructure of it. And one of the ways we've changed is the issue of the sheriff's department is just by law enforcement. That's something we do, but it's not who we are by definition. Engage with the community. So we're shifting from an enforcement model to an engagement model. And we're valuing all the relationships every single deputy doing out there in patrol. Daily basis, 24/7, is working with the community, trying to figure out ways collectively to solve problems that don't involve taking someone to jail. Sometimes some people need to go because it pose a threat to the community, a threat to an individual, and that's what the jail system should be for, to hold them accountable, and they go through the criminal justice system. But when we can avoid that, that is the best of both worlds. If we provide the backbone of the security for the community at the same time, making sure people thrive in that same community. And this is it's an ongoing process, obviously, and we want to work with everyone to make sure we're on the right track. So part of that is these town halls. Last year we did 29 of them, but they were in person. And now with the pandemic, unfortunately, we're going to have to do these online, but the same process, and it allows us to have interaction between the community and the department. This is a kind of unique situation because as an elected sheriff, I'm taking questions directly from the community. We have no filters, so we want obviously everybody to be respectful of time and respectful of language and just of each other. Common courtesy.
No, LAPD let us test them out. The last one.
That would be useful for other elected officials throughout the nation, not just in law enforcement, but at the county level, at the local level. Make sure you're reaching out and you're engaged with your community. It goes so long. Then people understand that we're here to serve. We're here to work together as a team. And we can line up shoulder to shoulder and we can definitely make change, push the whole community forward. Right? So let's, with that said, let me go through some of the questions I have that are printed out from people that submitted them in advance. And let me see. Start with the ones here from Lancaster. Question number 1. Can you respond to the suggested police reforms in the 8 Can't Wait campaign? What has LSD done to implement these suggested reforms? Very good question. And I can say that these 8 Can't Wait are pretty much best practices, a compendium of best practices throughout the nation. I encourage every agency to adopt them. We have adopted the principles of all 8. Some of them not explicitly in the same language. So right now we're in the process of reviewing the language to see where it can be tightened up. Make sure if someone somehow doesn't quite get the idea what the intentions are, that is reflected in the policy. But they're good policies in general. So no argument there. And you can go to our website, lasd.org. You can click on the transparency promise, and you can see all the documentation about these different policies. In fact, you can see our entire manual of policy and procedures is available online. Our custody division manual is online. Our field operations directives, all of that stuff is online. So again, we're an open book. This is your department, so we want to make sure you have all the information that we have. Only 3 things we keep out of public's eye are things that we are legally required not to put on the website, and those are active investigations. Criminal or administrative. Second category is confidential employee records. Those also, by law, we cannot release them, and that's true of any employer. And the third category is certain information about victims of crimes, particularly sex crimes, things like that. Those are also, by law, they cannot be divulged. Everything else is fair game. We want to make sure you have it. Our only limitation is the ability to have the financial resources and the technical capacity to put everything online, but we're in the process of doing that. We're Number two is a very good one. When will Lancaster station deputies be required to wear body-worn cameras? Do you think the use of body cams will positively impact policing community trust in law enforcement?
Not if they can keep turning them off.
And Lancaster will be in the first group of 5 stations to get them, and that has already been in the works since I took office. My very first week in office, I made sure that our priority, our number one policy priority, was to get body cams up and running. The previous administration had 5 years, or actually going back prior to that one, 5 years of wasted time, wasted opportunities, and 4 different plans, 4 different studies.
Oh, sounds like Trump. Blame it on somebody else.
I said, let's find a way to do it faster, better, and cheaper. And within that first week, we had a plan. It was in writing. It was delivered to the board in December of 2018. Because Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas thought that 4 studies were not good enough, and he demanded a 5th study at the expense of $200,000. And that 5th study cost us another 6 months of delays before we could get started, and there was absolutely no need for this. And then I found out 18 months into this that we've been fighting through county red tape all along, and there's a reason why. Because the board of supervisors' intention was not to give me an early win in a success in a policy that the community wants, the department wants. So their main objective has been to stonewall and to drag their feet as long as possible. But this rests on the board of supervisors, and this rests on the CEO's office. All you have to do is look at their motions, look at the language, and you can read between the lines. Is very clear. They had no intentions of getting this out there. And it would have been so nice to have the body cameras today in light of all the events that transpired. But hopefully that answers that question. Number 3, from Lancaster, does LSD stand against racism? Absolutely yes. And that is a core value of ours, that we're not going to support racism, discrimination. Anybody treating anybody for any illegitimate reason has no place in this department in LA County or anywhere in our society. So anybody thinks that they can find somewhere else to be, because we do not tolerate that. I don't tolerate that from any single employee of this organization. Okay. Okay, number 4. What policies are in place to ensure that a deputy will report a fellow deputy for misconduct or violations of use of the force policy? Every single deputy, if you witness force, you are required to report it. If you fail to report the force that you witnessed, you are subject to discipline, up to including discharge. And this has been part of our policy for well over a decade now. And it's in place, it's in writing. And then again, you can go to the website and you can read it for yourself. Okay. Does LSD prohibit the use of racial profiling? Yes, we do prohibit it, and that is a crime. Cannot engage in racial profiling in any way. The only type of profile that is legal is criminal profiling. That's when you're looking at the actual practices and habits of people engaging in criminal activity. None of that has to do with race, ethnicity, or anything of that nature. Okay. Okay. Is the Sheriff's Department committed to protecting the rights of individuals under the Dreamers Act? Yes, they are. We are. Of course, we are. And again, I campaigned, and my first actions in office was to kick ICE out of the county jails. I want no involvement with federal immigration enforcement. Our deputies have no involvement in federal immigration enforcement. We rejected the SCAP grant fundings, and that is State Criminal Alien Apprehension Program. Those are millions and millions of dollars that the County Board of Supervisors will authorize the Sheriff's Department to accept, going back over a decade. And this money is blood money. And when I first took office, they asked me if I wanted to continue this. And I didn't even know what it was. They explained what it was, and I said, absolutely not. We're rejecting that. And I got flack, believe it or not, from the CEO. They said, well, you have to make up for the loss of revenue. How do you make up for the loss of revenue with blood money? So, no, absolutely not. So,
what's his name?
Villanueva? Anybody here in our country, however the circumstance you came here and you're in school, you're doing the right thing. God bless you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep living that dream. Contribute to our community, to our great nation, and you're definitely more than welcome. Okay. Now, let me switch over. In fact, I'm going to hold off on more questions because I don't want to
Right.
Go to our Q&A that's online. I can click that. Let me see here. How come I don't see anything? Yeah. All right. Well, we're getting the questions queued up. I need to solve the participants too. Where are they?
Don't click on me because I ain't got shit to ask your punk ass.
There we go. Okay. All right. Well, we're getting questions lined up. Yeah.
You don't know how to use the software?
Let me go to the next question here. Let's go to one in Palmdale. I don't want to leave Palmdale left out of this. What efforts are underway in the Sheriff's Department to ensure that African Americans and people of color are promoted to high leadership and visible positions in the cities of Palmdale and Lancaster? And I'm going to first kick that over to both of my captains if you can address that.
Oh my God. These old ass farts.
Ms. Captain Weber, about promoting African Americans within the station, was that the question?
No.
The way promotion works is
I don't
on the
know how
front
to
end, you
work
have to
this
test,
software.
and then for the rank itself, and get promoted, and you come to the station. Now, deputies themselves, they promote the sergeants promote the lieutenants, and so forth. They choose where they want to work. They can choose different stations. At Lancaster, and Palmdale's the same way. Basically, for the most part, a huge percentage of our employees work and live within the station area. So it's a reflection of the community as well as you, probably both, one of the few stations where you actually place where you live. Now, as far as promoting different races within the community or within the department or within the station, I think both stations are very diverse. Of course, we have about percentage-wise at our station, we're about 33% Hispanic, 62% white, and 3% black, and 1% other. I think the department as a whole has made great strides in trying to recruit the more diverse population. In fact, if you look at our academy graduations, you'll see how we pride ourselves on recognizing that diversity. How many different languages are spoken within the class, the demographic rate of the class, veterans, and so forth, just to show the diversity. And but clearly, look at the numbers. The African American community is a community that we need to find more success in recruiting, without a doubt. But I think we'll see changes in that because, like I said, if you look at our graduating classes, and I show my committee, advisory committee of the classes, class pictures to show the efforts in diversity. But still, like I said, the African American committee is harder to recruit from, and we need to support the community also. We can already hire who's applying, and we absolutely want a station and a department that reflects not only our local community, but the county as a whole. So we need help from the community on that part, but we're absolutely committed to diversity and recruiting from the diverse population.
At Palmdale Station, we have about the same demographic makeup as Lancaster Station does. And again, the stress is to hire locally, so people who are raised in our community, we are encouraging them to come onto the department and serve the public. And there's a big emphasis in formal education throughout the department, both to come on the department and then as you move up through the ranks. The promotional process is, there's structure to it. It's not just interviewing somebody and appointing them to a position. There's testing for both detective-type positions within the station, and then moving up the ranks through sergeant, lieutenant, captain, etc. And so we at Palmdale, we work very hard to help our personnel pursue their formal education, finding those opportunities for them and the resources that are available both locally and throughout the county that they can take advantage of. And then for department testing processes, helping them to prepare. It's job knowledge, it's job experience, and then being able to adapt to that position. And we're trying to guide them through that and make those opportunities available to them.
All right, let me follow up with the two captains. For the department as a whole in 1992, the demographics of the department were not a reflection of the demographics of LA County, not even close.
We know it's hella white.
At the time, 62% was Caucasian, 18% was Hispanic. I want to say another 10% was African American, maybe 1 or 2% was Asian. And now today, the demographics have changed very much. Now, the Latinos are now the majority of the department. They're roughly around 52% of the department. African American is around 8%, which is roughly the exact same amount, which is in the county of LA. And the Caucasian group is around 29%. Again, is a reflection of the demographics of the county. The only one that we're very short on is the Asian and Pacific Islanders, which right now amounts to roughly 6% combined, when it should be closer to 18%. So that is one area we need to recruit more, but we also need to recruit more African American in the high desert, because their numbers are not quite the reflection of the statistics for the station. And they're in the base and up in the high desert. So we're doing a lot to recruit locally. We're not recruiting out of state anymore. With that idea, I want our local kids to grow up and serve our own communities. And so we're doing a lot of different programs we have in that regard in terms of outreach. And also, we have a lot of diversity now in our ranks throughout all the leadership ranks of the department. As a matter of fact, right now, the majority of the department's leadership, there is no majority of any group. It's a plurality. Or not one group is a majority. When I came out of the department, it was very distinct. It was there was no diversity at all in the leadership ranks. And in fact, to be a minority to advance on the department, you had to accept the role of a token. And you really couldn't aspire beyond that. And we changed it now. We're actively recruiting, and we're trying to get people to be as educated as possible, to be a reflection of the community, to be leaders. We want people not to be window dressers. We want them to be leaders. We want them to be as sharp as possible and a good representative of the department and the community. So there's no more window dressing. There are no more tokens now. If you have the skill set, by all means, you're going to be put in a position of responsibility and authority, and that goes all the way up the chain of command. I was the first sheriff to have 2 females as assistant sheriffs. They were at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And then if you look at our rank below with division chief, very rich diversity all the way down to the rank of sergeant. The entry level obviously is there. So we're on the right track in that regard. Okay, let's see here. Do we have, can we get it online? When I see this, Pastor Miguel.
Hey, John, another question. John Bennett. Hi, thank you for taking my question. My question specifically was, why wasn't immediately following suicide and then only once calls were given by the community was there any action taken by the sheriff's department?
We have Captain Wicker answer that. We can't hear.
Answer it. Answer the question. Come on, Captain Weber. With you don't know how to use electronics. Come on, Captain Weber. Answer the question. Oh, who is this number? We can't hear you, Kent Wegener. We can't hear you, OG. Y'all got to learn how to use software. Y'all in positions of leadership and shit, y'all don't even know how to use the software. It's just embarrassing. Can't even help your grandkids on Zoom. Like, get with the program.
Okay, John, I'm going to try this again. I'm sorry, the technical difficulties. At the time that the coroner's office, the coroner's investigator, and the homicide investigators responded to the scene, there was no evidence of foul play that was quite obvious.
He got on a backpack, didn't have a chair.
They ruled it an apparent suicide, but it's not a formal ruling. Until the death certificate is signed and certified by the coroner's office, the investigation is still open, and they have not reached a determination as to the cause of death or the matter of death. I hope that answers your question. All right, the next question is from Amanda Sullivan. Amanda, go ahead.
I'm supposed to talk?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. That's your man. That's your man.
So concerned, especially because it's been two hanging black men from
Lynchings.
50 miles apart in 2 weeks. And I'm sure we all want to know what's being done. How it's a shame. Like, as a white woman, I'm afraid of the police here too. What's being done to quell the terror and fear that is being struck in the hearts of our minority communities?
Girl, nothing. These are the wrong people to ask. You gotta ask their mamas and cousins and aunties and uncles and daddies.
For Palmdale Station, our personnel are out. We are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, patrolling all of our areas. Again, we have a large patrol station, but we're out there. We're handling calls for service. We're engaging with the community daily. We do in the neighborhood of 130 to 170 community events a year. We are out there meeting and greeting all of our personnel and, again, responding to calls. We have in the neighborhood of 300 to 400 calls per day that we handle. In the summertime, those numbers go up a little bit more than that. But again, we are engaged, and our personnel, again, because the majority of our personnel live and work in Palmdale and the AB, when we're off duty, we're still working in a sense because we're out in the community. If we see something, we say something, and that's something we're encouraging the public to say as well. If they see something that troubles them or they're concerned about, call the station, we'll send personnel out there to check it out. Okay, Jessica, please go with your question. Jessica Morales, if you have a question, please go with your question. Okay, we didn't get Jessica's question. Rosaria, you have a question, please. Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. We can hear you, sis.
Yes, we can. Go ahead. Okay. I just was reading or heard rumors that there is a KK group in Yellow. That's true.
Yes, true.
And also, if that's the case, why? I've also heard about things that trying to get the group under the terrorist act or whatever, like to be named a terrorist group. Why are those things being done? Because obviously, if these events were not suicides,
Because that's their cousins.
Lynchings, and I wouldn't put it past them like that doing something like that. So I'm just wondering what's being done about this kind of a situation.
Nothing.
Looking at the Antelope Valley, we do have some white gangs out there, just like any community that large. You're going to have different gangs, different demographics, and we do have skinhead gangs, and we have a history of skinhead gangs. And the size of the gangs or population of those gangs have varied over time. Right? There's an ebb and a flow to it. And the ones that are identified gangs are covered. They're covered by step back. Crimes committed are looked at from the standpoint by our gang units. If they get gang enhancements and so forth on those. So they are prosecuted that way, and the laws are enforced against that way. The way that answers your question. I think Chair Villanueva wants to add to that. To conclusion based on a suspicion or based on a rumor, we have to follow facts. That is,
he just gave you the facts. He said that there are those gangs out there in Palmdale. Not a fucking nothing. Let me shut up.
To monitor the activities, hate groups, extremist groups that are present throughout LA County in one form or another. We have the Joint Regional Intelligence.
Yeah, Scott Squad. This is going on right now, live.
State Attorney General's Office, Department of Justice.
Let me find the call-in number.
And we have a hate crime task force. We have all these different partners within the law enforcement community, within the community themselves, who are constantly monitoring hate groups and see if anything that goes beyond just them exercising their very odious but their First Amendment right to express themselves and taking any step towards acting on those First Amendment expressions. And we'll jump on that as soon as we have any idea that something like that's going on. We're there right away, and we're going to hold people accountable for breaking the rule of law. And however, we still have to go based on the facts. We can't go past the facts. And so far, that is what we're doing. We're doing it by the book, making sure we go from step A to step B to step C. And we're not going to jump to a conclusion or act on a rumor. We have to have some facts that support these things. And so if anybody here sees something, again, as the captain said, you got to say something. All right? Don't do the slow burn and quiet because you think no one will do anything about it.
But y'all be seeing hella shit and y'all don't say nothing. What is this man's name? Alex Villanueva. Yeah, Alex. Y'all be seeing all kind of shit out there on duty and don't say nothing. I wish I could pause this. Can y'all hear me? No lynching in America has ever been labeled a crime. No one has ever been sent to prison for lynching a black man. There was so many lynchings last year in 2019, in 2018, in 2017. They were all ruled a suicide by the FBI. So this is a historical problem. Sorry for interrupting you, Alex. You may continue. Yeah, his name is Alex.
And it's easy to second guess what they do. However, their work ethic speaks for themselves.
Shut up, Alex. Move on to the next caller. Next caller.
The family of Mr. Fuller needs to know that they're definitely in good hands, and we're going to have a good resolution for this in terms of getting the facts known. And we're putting all the resources available at our disposal just to get to the facts that matter. And hopefully we'll have some focus around this. It still remains a tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Fuller's family on this issue. And let's go on to the next question.
Pastor Miguel Angel, you're next, please. Pastor Miguel Angel, are you there? Your question is next. Yes, go ahead. Hi. So, I wanted to learn a little bit more about what goes into the, I don't know what you would call it, determination or predetermination of outlay. And can you also speak to the concerns of, frankly, a lot of African Americans find it hard to believe that a young African American boy would, if it were a suicide to do what he did at the square, just given the symbolic nature of that act. Can you speak to that as well, and how that factors into whether or not outlay was found when the scene was discovered?
Should we do kick time?
Okay, very well. This is Captain here from Lancaster again. So, a brief summary of what goes into this type of investigation. Initially, the homicide investigator will respond to the scene with the coroner's investigator and the coroner's technician. The scene was dissected, it will be documented, it will be studied so that we have a good record of the scene as it appeared when the incident occurred. Subsequent to that, we found our following leads, whether that be leads that are developed at the scene, leads developed from the coroner, and his or her examination of the remains, or any witness or family members who come forward. And then we also will start checking the surroundings, such as things as
Exactly, Gaia. I'm telling y'all, systematically, the police department always rules lynching as suicide. No black man, we keep saying this, no black man is going to hang himself outside from a tree. Suicides have been historically a private thing in your home. You slit your wrist, you take pills, you hang yourself. What we're not saying is that black people don't hang themselves during suicide. We're saying that black people don't use the outside and the symbolisms from slavery to kill ourselves. Suicide is such a private thing. Sorry for interrupting you. What's this man's name? Morgan Ortega. Yeah, go ahead, Morgan. You can reclaim your time.
And I can assure you, we won't stop and we won't cut any corners until we have all the answers to the questions that we're seeking regarding this case.
All right.
Issue related to why he did where he did, or what happened and where he was found. I don't pretend to be a subject matter expert on mental health. We do have a lot of challenges in the ED with crisis calls from the community. And I would say that suicides and homicides do not happen in the moment. People have a problem, whatever that problem may be, whatever the origin of it may be, maybe they're focusing on self-harm or hurting other people to resolve their problem. If you think about it, they sometimes will talk about it, and that's why we really encourage people.
Who finna hang themselves with their backpack on? Like, come on now, y'all just be making up shit. Shut up.
Explain why or how.
You ain't no psychiatrist. Shut up.
What he did and what he was thinking about and how he was wanting to solve the problem. But I do know that mental health is a big issue, and we are trying to partner with our.
They want to keep saying mental health is a big issue in the black community. Yes, mental health is a big issue in the black community, but we're also taught to take a licking and keep on ticking, which is why we're still here. He gonna piss me off. Y'all know the Scott Squad is actually down there in that area, and she's really been on the front lines. And I really just want to give it up for the Scott Squad because I couldn't be out there, but she was out there, and I'm just, happy that she was out there to be the voice for us, her and her husband.
That looked like everything going for him. He was really one of those type A personalities where everything was positive, great. In fact, his nickname was Captain America.
And he wasn't suicidal, and he didn't have COVID.
Service history with the department, prior military, everything on the positive. And he came to me on a Friday and turned in all of his gear from a color guard.
Oh, Now he want to talk about somebody in his office that committed suicide. This don't have nothing to do with Robert Fuller. Yeah, turn that shit off. We know people could seem normal one day and commit suicide the next day. That's not the what's being said here. That's not the implication here. What we are telling you as Black people is that nobody is going to go outside, take a rope, and string themselves up from the tree, because first of all, that's disrespect to our ancestors. It's sacrilege. It's disgusting. Like, you just don't get it because you're white, and I get it, I understand, but you don't get it. And they're trying to make you understand it's better to listen. He shouldn't even be talking right now. They should be listening to the community. Black people do give a fuck about the coronavirus. But the thing is, I'm not gonna kill myself over the coronavirus, something that could kill me. Shut up, stupid. I'm sorry, you guys. That's something that a white person would kill themselves over, which is why they're using this narrative, because the narrative works in Palmdale. That shit don't work out here. He did not commit suicide. Shut your ass up. Black Lives Matter.
You just really don't know what some people are going through unless you walk them out in their own shoes.
Yes, I do. We do be knowing what other Black people go through. We do. You white people don't know what other white people go through because y'all don't have no goddamn cousins and y'all don't check on each other. We got cousins.
I was just wondering if you guys could get to the security camera issue. If you could get to the community a little bit with an answer, that way people can understand the color issue. Because the first thing that goes to people's mind is color issue, and we could stop that in order to join to get to be blended.
What, girl? Fix your Wi-Fi.
That's my question is why the way to get to the
Right. I think somebody needs to mute their mic.
So we addressed the issue about the cameras. There were no security cameras that were focused on the park.
Yes, we seen hella cameras. You're lying. You're lying. They didn't put all those photos on Twitter, Ronald Shaffer. We seen like 10 cameras, Ronald Shaffer. I want to do a citizen's arrest on him. Come on, Ebony girl. Tell it. Come on, Ebony.
Ebony Bailey, your question is next. Let's get this.
We have a question teed up here. I want to answer.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Pooh.
Yes, we can. Please go. Okay.
First, I want to thank you all for being here and holding this down for starting business like myself. I initially typed a brief question, and then as you all were speaking, came up with a question that I've always wondered. And my question is, why can't non-force against to prevent such a large loss of life? For instance, rubber bullets. We often hear about cases where the suspect or suspect is running and they are still shot and killed. Why can't force be used? That's my question.
That's a great question. Jack Weber, and we do use Leslie LaForce quite a lot. I can tell you at Lancaster Station, virtually every deputy has issued a taser. We also have what you would call rubber bullets, but different platforms that fire some kind of non-lethal rubber round. We have those that are deployed.
No, the rubber rounds been taking out people's eyes. They lethal force as well.
Also rapid But generalities in your question, we do encourage the use of mostly the weapons, various sorts, whether it be taser, OC, like I said, the rubber bullets you're talking about, 40 millimeters. We do encourage it. No one wants to use deadly force as a first option for sure. But sometimes the situation's dynamic and unfolds so quickly that you don't have any other option. But every time we have any lethal use of force on our department, it's looked at significantly in detail, not only from a criminal standpoint, which is illegal, but also a very in-depth standpoint regarding the policy or the tactics leading up to it. But the tactics leading up to use of force with this policy could have been better. We look at it and we look at the situation, we look at our tactics, what we did, and sometimes when we review these things, we think, yeah, we did a better job with this tactic or that tactic, and when we do discover some items like that or issues like that, we'll have the training units put a training briefings out just to remind everybody, but that's all that in depth on all of our lethal force incidents. And Sheriff Villanueva, did you want to add something to that? I concur with that, and every encounter with law enforcement and a community member when it's unarmed, unfortunately, there is always a minimum that is the one that's carried by the police officer. And in fact, it was, I believe, last week in a state in the Midwest, there was a law enforcement officer who was, I believe, 77 years old. He was transporting an inmate to court. And the inmate overpowered him and ended up killing him with the officer's own firearm and is on the run. I believe he was just recently taken into custody. So it's a tough call. And we always make sure that the deputies are making the right decision when it involves use of force and use of deadly force. And they exhaust all of the means, and that's what our policy mandates. We have to exhaust all of the means when it's practical. And but I give you an example. For example, if it's happened very recently up in Palmdale in Lancaster, it was a pursuit of 3 suspects. They had carjacked a vehicle at gunpoint down in Southgate. And the vehicle was followed by the CHP. There was their ability to track it because of a satellite radio link. And pursuit was initiated, and the deputies assisted the CHP, and the pursuit ended in the city of Lancaster. All 3 suspects got out of the vehicle with firearms. All 3 were armed with firearms, and 2 of them started shooting at the deputies. As soon as they got out of the vehicle, the deputies returned fire. And one of the suspects was deceased as a result of that, and the other 2 were taken into custody. 3 firearms were recovered, and that is an application of deadly force. There really was no opportunity to do anything else other than do your best to protect your own life and that of other people. And that is a tough call, and that's what this job requires of deputies. At the same time, it's not an easy position, particularly today when every action is second guessed. But we make sure that our deputies we pick from our own freedom to the best of our abilities, and they go out there and they make good decisions. And it's not a perfect system, but it's always a work in progress to improve it. And perfection will never reach there because we're not robots; we're human beings. There's a lot of factors involved. We just have to keep that in mind. And I want to switch now to a question that was brought. It was posted online in the chat. It says, why were officers posting a picture of a lost dog while smiling on Instagram the day after Robert Fuller death?
Right.
It seems extremely insensitive of the department to do so, considering the country's current racial injustice state. I would say the exact opposite. And of course,
you will say the exact opposite because you are not Black and you don't feel the outrage of opening up your phone and seeing a dog instead of information about a man that just got lynched.
Might be the sole reason for someone wanting to live, because it's a comfort dog, and it means the world. So we're going to go out of our way to make sure we can reunite that person with a lost dog, which is their everything. So there's nothing insensitive about that at all. So any
to you.
somehow is
To you.
Anyway, let's continue with the questions.
Yes, please go.
So, I think we can all agree that in the case of Robert Fuller, there's two very probable outcomes. Either he was murdered or he died by suicide. And in both cases, I think the LASD failed in keeping the safety of the community. Let's assume that he was murdered. And if he was, it was most likely a hate crime, modern day lynching right outside the city hall. It was like a symbolic act of hate. And if this were the case, then what I'm saying is that where was the LASD during that time in the public, right outside the city hall? They failed to keep the community safe. Now let's assume it was a suicide, and that Robert Fuller was dealing with mental health issues. In this case, I also believe that the LASD failed the community because if it was in fact a suicide, then we failed to keep one person from dying by suicide. And it does raise the question, it raises the question about mental health resources, specifically in Lancaster Valley. I'm not sure if you guys were listening in. Earlier, the People's Budget of LA spoke to the Council of Supervisors. And one of the things they brought up was mental health issues. And obviously, that's very in line with what happened with Robert Fuller, especially personally and with the suicide. So my question is, don't you think it's time to defund the police and instead invest in alternative forms of safety? And if we truly do care about our community, then why is it that we're not investing in our community and that we're taking the money away from these resources that could be used to prevent instances like this? Thank you. We're not consuming anything. We'll find out. We make decisions based on facts.
Yeah, right. That's not what happened when you said it was a suicide a couple of hours after you discovered the body.
That we've already announced. And until we have some evidence that points to another direction, we're going to continue gathering our facts. We're going to make sure we've exhausted all of our administrative or investigative resources. And we're going to arrive at a conclusion that might not be, there is no pretty way to do this. Someone didn't need to die. However,
we know what conclusion y'all going to arrive at.
Society, the issue of mental health, and the fact that our young ones choose to end their life. In fact, I just got word right now as we're speaking, one of our own employees chose to end his own life, and right while we were doing this town hall. So it's not a question of who's to blame when someone commits suicide. It's society as a whole. Did we do our best to prevent it from happening? When someone needed help and didn't get the help they needed, was it available at the time? Those are questions. We have a Department of Mental Health for the county. We have resources. But that public budget campaign you're talking about, if I understand, asking for a 90% cut in the budget for the LAPD, I would suggest if you're that certain about it, put it on a ballot and let the entire community vote on it. Because right now, there's a narrow group of people doing most of the talking, and most of the community's been silent. And we can always reallocate our priorities in terms of the budget. But defunding law enforcement in the public safety service that we do is not going to be an answer. It's not going to solve anything. If we have to be leaner as a county government and trim the overall bureaucracy, so there's a lot more of the people that provide the services to the community and a lot less of the bureaucrats, well, that's definitely one thing I'm going to agree with you on that. However, defunding the police is not an answer, and it never will be the answer.
To you.
Peter to pay Paul. In essence, is what you're doing.
No, it's not robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's putting the money back into the community instead of giving it to cops.
Coming from one of the Lancaster
as far as how are they bridging the gap to the LGBT community, especially how the contact with the transgender community.
Oh, the alphabet came into the conversation.
That's a very good question here. And how do we bridge the gap? One is we members of the LGBTQ community who are part of our own big purpose. And I'm going to show you something. This is in my office here. We put it close to the camera. If you notice this shoulder patch right there, that is our pride shoulder patch, which is being worn out this month.
Oh, you got a patch for the month.
Simple, and that's the first for the department that we've officially used a pride patch to announce our support.
Put a Black Lives Matter patch on.
The LGBT community. Here's an individual patch, so you can see. And we recruit from the LGBTQ community. I have deputies. I have transgender deputies. I have
For real?
sorts of people from that community. At the entry level, in all the supervisory ranks, manager ranks, even executive ranks, members of the LGBTQ community, we're all allies of that community. So definitely our relationship, for example, every year we participate in the Pride Parade in West Hollywood. Last year was a huge success. And we would have been there again this year. However, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Pride Parade was canceled. However, in fact, we handed these out during the Pride Parade last year.
Yeah,
We raised over $16,000 donated to local LGBTQ, a homeless shelter in the Hollywood area, and they were very appreciative of that donation. And we're doing another fundraising drive this year with the same passion. We're going to dedicate to an AIDS memorial wall. So
anyways, a Black man was just found hung from a tree in Houston, Texas, off of Ella in 610. This is the 5th hanging in the past couple of weeks of a Black man. So another Black man was just found lynched, you guys, in Houston, Texas.
We've been contracted with them, I think, since the foundation of that city. And we're definitely going to continue working with them, and anything we can do to improve on that. We have an LGBTQ advisory group as well.
And these people right here on the screen would ask, did they reach out to the authorities in Victorville about the other lynching of Malcolm Harsh, who was found 10 days before Robert? They haven't even reached out to the authorities in Victorville to see if there's any similarities in the lynchings. They said, we will have conversations with them, meaning they did not have conversations with them yet. Sorry for interrupting you, Alex. You can reclaim your time.
Make sure they're not harmed in any way by any other outside groups. So that's an ongoing process. So hopefully that answers your question.
My boys can't go outside.
Chris, go to your next. Please go to your question.
Hi, if you can hear me, my initial question was already answered. So my next question would be, when do you expect the autopsy report to be ready for Robert Fuller?
Oh, that's a good question. Get the coroner on here. Let's talk to that black ass. Yep, 5 Black men have been lynched. Houston, Texas. They're also already ruling it a suicide.
Autopsy report and the full coroner's report, which includes the toxicology results and analysis of that, we do not have a definite date when it is coming. They have assured me from the coroner's office that they will expedite processes that are necessary to ascertain the results, and they will publish it as soon as it is done. When they do publish that with the ruling, mode, and manner of death, that will be made public.
Okay, Marianne, make it good.
Oh, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Because I'm a part of the panel.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
I'm directing the conversation toward Alex Villanueva.
Yes, because
he says that he would like all the facts in place before there is a conclusion into Robert Miller's book. And that's fair assessment. But however, in this country, Black people have been lynched from trees for hundreds of years.
Yes, ma'am.
The KKK has infiltrated these unions since it's been in inception. Infiltrated the KKK and discovered that she has police deputies in these white supremacist groups, and they still are today. So, Mr. Villanueva, what are you doing in your union to get rid of and infiltrate people that have been in your corrupt union?
I'm not sure. The sheriff of Los Angeles County, and I run the LA County Sheriff's Department. I don't run a police union, and I don't want to describe the union as being corrupt without facts.
The union is corrupt. Abolish the union.
Because of the acts of perhaps in the southern states where the
No, these states right here: California, Marin County, LA County, Contra Costa County, all of them.
Maybe that's the question they can answer. I'm not going to speak for those states, but here in California, particularly here in Los Angeles County, there is no room for the Ku Klux Klan in law enforcement.
So why y'all got them? Why y'all be taking niggas behind a dumpster and beating the shit out of them? How y'all beat Rodney King? You are alive, Craig. You alive.
So, it's always wise never to paint with a broad brush in any.
No, we gotta paint y'all with a broad brush. You racist, white supremacist, race soldiers. You don't care about black people. This nigga over here digging in his nose. He was sticking like a toddler. What happened?
We're having a hard time hearing you. We need you to
Because y'all should have called me so I could have been helping y'all out. Yes, it is, sir.
I saw a lot of arguments I'm trying to understand what happened in 30 minutes.
Right.
in the process of responding to the events that were going on, at one point there were water bottles that were thrown from the crowd towards the deputies. Now we realized that the population of the group was made up of a lot of different people, including yourself, adults with children, there were teachers with students, there were pastors with parishioners, and so it was not just one group, it was made up of a bunch of different people, and it didn't seem like there was one particular leader who had control of the whole group. So some people within the group were able to act out, but also the group was working to make sure that they kept it as a peaceful protest, which we're appreciative of as well. You know, a message was being delivered. We wanted to hear that message. We wanted to share that message and embrace it because, again, we are part of the community and we respect what was trying to be said. And we wanted to make sure that everybody was cared for. Again, we've got to look at the public as well as the demonstrators that are there, the deputies that are working that event, and make sure everybody is safe as we move forward.
I want to add to that.
Hella
We
uninterested.
want to support peaceful protests everywhere throughout Los Angeles County. In of the protests were marred by a lot of acts of vandalism, looting, arson, and assaults. And unfortunately, that really destroyed part of the intent of the groups. But thankfully, it transitioned over the first few days into more organized, more peaceful, and a lot larger demonstrations. The ones in front of the Hall of Justice here, the ones up on Hollywood, all of those were done very, very well, and everyone was very respectful. Both the participants respecting law enforcement and law enforcement respecting their First Amendment rights. The problem is when you mix people into a crowd that's peacefully protesting with people that are deliberately trying to agitate, throwing water bottles that are frozen, for example. There's all kinds of things that are plague means, and it's not the front crowd holding the signs. It's the ones that are 2 or 3 or 4 people back that try to use the peaceful protesters as a way to obscure their acts of assault. And really, we took a lot of rocks and bottles and chunks of metal, all kinds of things, fireworks that were thrown our way during the protests. But by and large, our deputies were very, very disciplined, and they did not deploy any force indiscriminately. I know we have 2 incidents that we're investigating still, but overall, you look at the totality of the picture, they were very, very well disciplined, well trained, and they did exactly as we wanted them to do, which was protect the peaceful protesters from being harmed and separate the ones that were there as opportunist looters from that crowd. And we're here to protect life and property, and unfortunately, a lot of people lost their livelihoods, they lost their employment as a result of the people that irresponsibly decided to take advantage and vandalize and so forth and trash the city. That happened up in Fairfax District. It happened in Santa Monica.
Santa Monica has insurance. Everybody in Santa Monica has insurance. Everybody in Fairfax has insurance. Nobody lost their livelihood because all those people have insurance. Just like we have insurance on our store in San Pablo. We all have insurance. Stop playing with the people. Burn it down. When you burn it down, they start listening. That shit is Copaganda. You more worried about a dog than a black man's life. He would have had to climb the tree, tie each end of the rope around the tree to a tree branch, and then tie his own neck into the damn thing and then jump. Yeah, okay. We don't believe you. You guys need more people.
Glad that you mentioned that all of this information is readily available to the community on your website. So I look on that and found it on your website. But what it says use deadly force. It says the department members may use deadly force in self-defense or in the defense of others. When they have reasonable belief of death or serious physical injury is about to inflict upon themselves or others. Question is there any way we can clearly define serious injuries, serious physical injuries? Because I can only imagine if someone law enforcement, someone in the community was threatened with death, then yes, the person has the right to defend their life. But it exists. How do we define that?
So these issues go before court routinely, and
Girl, I cannot tie no goddamn noose. I could only tie a knot.
Versus Gardner cases that were established in the 70s and the 80s, and that's part of our training. But we continually is updated with continuous updated training. When you're talking about serious bodily injury, loss of life is one. Causing a fracture or causing somebody to lose consciousness is another. And these are dynamic events. And not all of our policies cannot provide direction for each incident.
Yeah, that's why we need to talk to the medical examiner so we can ask him them questions, Gaia.
Guidelines, and again, our training is growing in its effectiveness and making sure our personnel are capable of handling a life-threatening scenario. While contacts with the members of the public are extensive, we're talking about millions a year. And those that rise to the level of lethal force or life-threatening force are actually a very small percentage of them. Sure, in a way, would you like to follow up with that?
Yeah, first, Josh, I want to thank you for calling in. I appreciate all the efforts you're doing out there on behalf of the homeless. And I just want to remind you that AB 392 changed one of our standards from objectively reasonable to necessary. So we incorporated that language into our policies. And they're always constantly being updated and changed as the legal framework keeps changing, shifting over time. We move with it. Okay? Now, the foundation of everything we do in the application of deadly force is based on the reverence for human life. It's very simple. And we have a use of force options chart that has a cooperative as the lowest quadrant, which means there's nothing to do. And then from cooperative, then you have resistive. And then from there, you have a high risk assaultive category. And the last category is deadly force. The encounter is and what is happening. It may start out the pursuit of the carjacking suspect. They start right out with deadly force. There was no options to go through. Other cases tend to escalate over time as the situations.
Yeah, the black man who killed Toy and also killed the white lady as well yesterday. Both of their bodies were found.
Yvette Cran, your question is next. Yvette. Yvette Cran, are you there? Yvette Cran.
Come on, Yvette. Tap in.
Okay, Mabel Sisk. Mabel Sisk, you're next, please. Mabel Sisk, your question is next.
Talking to the community that are switch tasks.
What?
So you admitted to that at the beginning of the year.
What? Come on, hoodie hood rats. Get it together.
Marissa Gold. Marissa Gold, you're next.
Hi. Robert Fuller's friends and family have said that he was not suicidal and that they never witnessed any signs of unstable behavior. If anything should be the default assumption about a young black man found hanging in public, we would think it would be foul play. What evidence did you find to the contrary when he had every indication of being a happy and healthy young man?
Thrive in that life. Don't think too hard. You're going to bust a blood vessel. Pop a brain cell. Ooh, it's so hard.
First of all, we don't make a default assumption one way or the other.
You did! You said he committed suicide. These motherfuckers pissing me off. They did. They still haven't spoken with the family. Let me stop you. They still haven't spoken with the family. Still. Damn. They still haven't spoke to the family, y'all. This is gross. Negligent.
What is the status of COVID-19 testing for your case?
Don't nobody care about no fucking COVID. We can go right to the CDC or to the newspaper website and see all the cases. They still ain't spoke to the goddamn families. You find a black man lynched, and the first thing you do is don't call his mama, his sister, his grandmama, his daddy. Are they serious? We will, just like y'all would like to speak to the other authorities in Victorville, y'all would like to speak to the family of this black man lynched. What type of operation is they running? They still haven't. Oh, they still haven't even spoken to the family. I hope the family sue them and so it defunds their police office.
His release date comes up and they're still COVID-19 positive. We transfer them with a proper medical care to an outside hospital. So just keep that in mind. So we're in a better place we are today than we were a month ago.
Can I say something?
Yes, cut them off. Tell it.
Next, we have Cynthia New. Cynthia, are you still with us?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Cynthia.
Hi, so just listening throughout this meeting, it has been very, very traumatic. I mean,
They not getting cussed out like they did in LA.
And we're talking about a human being here. We're talking about someone that lost their life. And regardless of how it happened, I'm asking, I'm imploring, like, where is the urgency here? I know you've answered the questions about the initial assumption or determination or whatever. I know you've answered questions about what's happening next, but the community has come to you asking for answers. I mean, just like the fact that everyone thought it was a suicide at first, it didn't take much for the community to start talking about on Twitter, and then the public pressure is what's causing this war. So I'm just asking, where is the same urgency that was shown to protesters, rightfully so, asking for our answers? You know, that was an immediate response to them. Where is the same response to this case? We spent a lot of this meeting talking about random things like Instagram photo of the dog, the water bottles, and yes, all of this has happened, but we're talking about Robert Fuller. We want answers for what happened. We want this urgency. We want solid answers on when we're going to find out more. It's astonishing to me that, especially in this current climate, that we didn't immediately look at this as a homicide, or that this person was murdered.
Yes, because all lives don't get hung from a tree in 2020 and ruled a suicide.
Getting urgent answers, like how you're
Space jumper, Ryan. You're right.
Exactly we should be expecting next. Should we be having more follow-up? Should we be having more town hall meetings? Like, what is it going to take to have the answer to Robert Fuller and the justice for Robert Fuller that he deserves?
Exactly. Go ahead, white sister.
Well, first and foremost, I will tell you that we do have an urgency in resolving this issue. And we've devoted all the resources.
Not resolving, to finding the truth.
To come to the correct determination and the death.
Not the correct determination, the only determination, the truth.
It's going to be at the pace of the investigation, doing the job the right way. There's no cutting corners, and we can't just use the word urgency somehow do some things at twice the speed. It's going to happen the way a proper death investigation is going to happen. And they're going to double check everything they did. One set of investigators does it, and when they're done, an entire different set of investigators are going to look through the entire thing from start to finish to make sure the conclusion is supported. And if there's any avenue that shows us to go in a different direction, they're going to exhaust all of those avenues as well. So this process has gone on since the very beginning. And I think the coroners
and the process is old and outdated. It doesn't work. It doesn't take into account white supremacists lynching black men. So now what?
But we're doing everything we're supposed to be doing.
No.
The coroner's office, we're also working. The Attorney General's office, I had a nice conversation with
Ooh, y'all talked.
And they're going to monitor our investigation and see if they're going to arrive at the same conclusion we or not. And we've also reached out to the FBI
The FBI ain't shit. They rule all lynchings as suicides.
The criminal division and the criminal or the civil rights division of the FBI is also monitoring this. So you have a very large array of different organizations, 4 different organizations.
I'm calling in the UN. Let me message the UN again.
And there's really nothing else that can be done on this. And you're also dealing with, again, one of the premier investigative agencies in the entire nation, which is our homicide bureau. So the investigation is in good hands, and if there's anything that we're missing, please let us know. But we've given everything available to resolve this issue of the tragic passing of Mr. Fuller. And hopefully that answers your question. But there is not another button or something to push beyond what we've already done, not in our arsenal.
Thank you. If anything, I would just implore that the team investigating is diverse. I would implore that implicit bias is something that's taken into account, just again with the current climate and everything going on, especially knowing Palmdale, being from there myself, going to high school where Confederate flags were flown. Like, there's just a lot of politics and different issues here at play. So I would just implore that a diverse team is looking into this case.
No, I hear you, and that's not a bad idea at all. And I know the issue about the Confederate flags flying, they're not as popular today as in recent past, and that's a good thing. And hopefully we won't see them flying every
He always try to diminish this shit. It's not as bad. No, it is as bad. Actually, it's worse.
The ranks of our homicide investigators. So they're going to do their job passionately, and they're always going to be pursuing justice where justice needs to be served. And if this is the case on the other side where it's tragically self-inflicted, well, still by the same reason, we're going to get to the bottom of it so we have full closure for the family.
Nicole Baden, New York accent. Nicole Baden.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Question is, and I'm coming at this, I understand that this town hall it's a forum where you don't exactly know what to expect and can be, I know that you don't have all of the answers to questions that I'm prepared for, so I want to lay the groundwork there. My question is, will you commit to answering in this town hall for the rest of this meeting and in future town halls to answer directly and with as much transparency as possible? If you cannot give certain information out at that time or you do not know what that information is, can you provide what type of information that is still needed and the next steps to obtain it?
All right, I think what you're asking is what we're trying to do right now. The coroner's investigation, we're not going to comment on it until we have the results of it. Obviously, it's going to be posted publicly. And
there needs to be an independent investigation into each and every one of these lynchings by private investigators.
A lot of these cases of court-ordered reports are not released publicly because it might impact the potential criminal prosecution. And in this case, based on what we know so far, when the information is developed and they've arrived at a conclusion, we have a certificate, a death certificate for the state. And there is, and we will have that conclusion. We will post the entire report. In fact, we'll post outline ourselves, but it will be available on the coroner's website as well.
And we will be reading it.
And we don't have any script. We don't operate with a script here, so I'm answering the questions the best I can. What I don't know, I'm not going to guess. What I don't know, I can definitely talk about the process. I talked with the investigators in the field trying to pull all the video.
Oh, that's good.
It's available in the whole area, and they're casting a very wide net to figure out what could possibly capture anything that led up to his loss of life. And in process, they're reviewing all of the information right now. A lot of the places were closed because of COVID-19. So there's a lot of there was no one tending the stores, so they're all closed. So these are, hurdles.
But no, it's not a hurdle. You can easily get the number to the people that own the store and call them. You should have had the camera footage days ago.
You to be rest assured of that.
I be calling down to my store to see if it's open all the time, and that should be going right to their house. And they be like, no, we're not opening until such and such day. Like, the hell? We watch enough First 48 to know in the first 48 hours you need to get all of the footages. Like,
and I encourage all of them to continue doing that. But this level of transparency and accountability is demanded of all elected officials, both at the city level, the county level, the state, and the federal level.
You always trying to place the blame somewhere else. Shut up, Alex.
The
Villanueva. No, I'm on live. You know they hung another black man from a tree in Houston, Texas right now. So I have to go figure out what's going on with that. But right now I'm talking about the black man that they hung in Palmdale, California, like an hour or so away from us. Yeah. Yeah. So make sure that they be your sister sleep. Oh, okay, cool. I don't have to make sure nothing.
Greatest degree physically possible. Obviously, 10 million people, there's no way we can accommodate that, but we're on the track of providing the opportunity for interest to participate.
Carmela Martinez, your question is next. Carmela.
Hello.
Hey, cool girl.
Yes, going back to some of the things that you previously talked about regarding mental health and resources. So I recently heard that in San Francisco there has been some police reform that police officers are not going to be responding to non-criminal activity.
Right.
Like people calling about homeless people or school discipline or mental health crises and stuff like that. So is that a possibility also for like Palmdale, Lancaster, or LA County, where the police force isn't the sole group that has to deal with all these different issues, and will there be like other community things implemented where it's not just the police that have to?
Oh, I just have to say, I'm sorry, girl. I gotta cut you off. A man's body was found hanging in Northwest Washington on March 26, 2020. So this is another one. This must be the a part of the 5.
We have 33 of them, and
It's crazy.
We're pairing up a mental health clinician with a deputy, and they don't wear uniforms, and they don't wear marked patrol vehicles. And so you have a hybrid of exactly what San Francisco is doing, and we've been doing this for quite a while now. It's a very successful program.
New York is getting away. New York is doing away with plainclothes police officers. They just announced that today. So the protest and all that is working.
Their medications, and now they're really, their world is falling apart on them. These people know how to de-escalate these situations, try to get them to either self-admit to a psychiatric care facility or get an ambulance into a gurney and finally receive some level of care that's going to prevent them from harming anybody. And that it's a difficult job. However, they're very good at what they do. And that means that our uniformed deputies are not out there handling a call for service with a mental health issue. It goes straight to the mental evaluation team. So that's one example. Our homeless outreach service team. The deputies are just a small fraction of all the personnel in the Los Angeles Homeless Service Authority. They're extremely successful interacting with the homeless, particularly the encampments.
No, they are not. Go down to 10th City. They will not say that.
Once handing out the masks, the hygiene kits, trying to convince those who are in the most frail condition at risk.
But the LA police commissioner, his salary is $1 million and some dollars. That's why you need to defund the police, because those funds could be used for the homeless in 10th City to put them in hotel rooms and to build homeless housing. Yeah, okay.
Community, they understood them to actually be a resource. Their job is not to arrest people. I know some people believe it is fashionable that they're just cops or they're walking guns and that there's no interaction, there's no thought process behind it. But because of who we are and what we do, we go to everywhere in the county, and there's no place years to go. If there's an issue, a problem, a concern, or someone's potentially going to be harmed, we can be there. And we can provide a level of service that can't be provided outside of our confines. Can we do things that other people can intervene and be involved in by all means? And but we have to think big. For example, on domestic violence, that one has a lot of laws involved. There's a lot of threats involved. In fact, half of all cops are killed handling a domestic violence call. And those are nationwide statistics. And do we want to put someone who is not law enforcement trained into that environment trying to de-escalate something that could easily explode into full-on conflict with violence? Tough call. And I think we should just tread cautiously forward as a community. But the approach of that somehow the cops are bad and someone else is a good thing to do, I think that's not the right approach. Let's tread forward together and with a clear idea of what the goals are in mind, what we can do. Because remember, if you don't want law enforcement to do it, you still need law enforcement. You're creating more employees, so you're actually expanding the size of government in a time or the size of government because of the economic crisis we're in. Something to be mindful of.
Nikki Smith, your question is next. Next, please, Nikki Smith. Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go. Hi, thank you.
Hey.
First and foremost, I want to say that
Go
I
off.
do not blame or think that all police officers are bad. That's the first order of my business.
Okay, Auntie.
I know too many officers in my own family and that live in integrity and try to be great people, not necessarily bad people. Also, I want to say, and I'm just covering this real fast so I can ask these questions. First place, I don't think all white people are bad. I don't think all black people are bad. I don't think mixed people are bad, nor do I think brown people are all bad. They're bad in all of them. But my question is, I'm really concerned with how and what I want to do as far as to participate in helping with changing the laws. Okay? And number one, I'm thinking on, when I think about the Constitution that says we the people.
You can vote, you can lobby, you can protest.
Independence that says we're all men are created equal, but that's not true. And that was written in 1776.
Oh, get them together, Auntie.
We have got to figure out to change that and to make that right for today. That has not been a right from the beginning. It hasn't been since 1776. It did not serve the black public. It did not serve the mixed public. It has not served the brown public. So that is my first concern. And that, you guys, I know, don't really have an answer for. I just have to throw that out at you, that's what I'm going to be looking at. Two, ask the question. How did you guys come to the conclusion
that he hung himself?
I know you don't have the autopsy yet, and I know you're just not sure yet. That's understandable. But that was what was portrayed first.
Yes, portrayed, ma'am. Portrayed.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I went out to that event at the park. I looked at that tree. I saw no physical
Yes.
to that flimsy little tree there. I saw no physical damage telling me and indicating that he had to throw something over and practice that to hang himself. I didn't see that. Also, I did not see any pressure in the ground suggesting that he stood on something to hurt himself. So I didn't see that. And so that was the question. How did you guys come up with that first? And then, before you answer that, I will
good, ma'am.
There's no cameras available. You got the mayor's right there.
Yes, auntie. The people who didn't know cameras is there is police. Tell it.
You got all of this government building. There's no cameras. And
Tell
that
it.
right there had to be a blind spot that somebody knew about. Tell me something, please.
Nothing.
Okay, let me see if I can answer your question. This is Captain Waiter. First of all, regarding the videos, I can't answer as to why there aren't videos. I can just tell you there aren't videos. They don't cover any part of that. Why the city doesn't have video, I don't know. But my job is to establish whether or not there is video and whether we can use it in our investigation. And I'm just telling you there is no video. There's nothing available for us. That would make my job and my investigator's job much easier if there was video here. And then again, as far as determining that it's anything suicide and nothing else, that has not been determined. What we noticed from the tree initially is it was very easily climbable. We also noticed that the rope was secured in the tree up above. It wasn't secured to a place on the ground. So where the rope was secured in the tree, someone had to be up in the tree to secure that.
Right, and then drop the nigga down.
We never indicated that we thought that there was a chair or anything in which the victim stood upon prior to the hanging. We believe that, quite frankly, that it was accessed from the branch above, which is quite sturdy. If you're looking at the proper tree, it's quite sturdy. All this is part of the investigation. All this is going to be documented in photographs. All this is going to be researched. And again, although there are no videos in the park itself, we are looking at the exterior sides of the park to see if we can find the victim traversing the area either by himself or with someone else. It's all part of the overall investigation, which is ongoing, and when concluded, will be made public.
Okay, so as we're drawing to the conclusion of this town hall,
The conclusion?
I'm excited about Palmdale.
You excited?
Very hard to collaborate with the city, our partners, and
This is the conclusion. Wow, they didn't answer shit.
a heavily based computer-based community, which means they drive down into the basin to work. And
What? These asswipes.
development to the community, which means that personnel will be able to live and work in the same community. When they do that, that's going to increase our ability to have community engagement activities. Parents will be able to go to school functions and engage with their children in the community. We're looking forward to that because we know that's going to help our community draw closer together. So
Well, Copaganda. That's why I titled it Copaganda.
Talk with deputies and other events so we can engage the public and find out what your concerns are and work towards collaborating to resolve those concerns and thrive.
Yeah, I'm going to take a minute, first of all, just to apologize for all the technical issues. This was kind of challenging.
Shut up, Todd.
The homicide rat and the sheriff himself. So I want to thank the staff who helped us all muddle through it somehow. Like Captain Shaffer said, and the sheriff talked about, law enforcement is part of the community, and the community is all about law enforcement. We're all working together. It's been challenging for us.
He said it's over, y'all. How is it over before the town hall ever got started?
All that kind of stuff. But this is all going to slow down sooner or later. Back in the public. That's the easiest and best way for us to build trust in both directions. Is for us to come together in these meetings where it's not at a call for service or a traffic stop. Not that have a service, but we're just sitting together, either at a meeting or breaking bread together at the top of the cop. Where we can just talk together as human beings and see it and just have a regular conversation amongst a couple of people.
not a regular conversation. We won't answer.
Be in that position. I should say your deputies be in that position.
You finna lose your job. You finna lose your job. You finna lose your job. They finna lose their jobs. Top finna lose his job.
Lancaster out there working anywhere like it. They have great events, great participation, and the more we're together, the better off we're all going to be. So thank you for taking your time to be with us. Now I'm going to over the chef.
Y'all need to lose your jobs.
All right. Thank you there, Captain, and for the people listening in the audience. We'll make sure we put a note in their evaluations of the captains and moderators. I want to answer 3 questions real quick. First, still from that were submitted online. And a shout out to Pastor Miguel Juan for his support, Latin community, and to the department. I really appreciate your kind words.
What about the Black community?
And one question from Lancaster: what is LASD doing to make sure the AV doesn't have an incident similar to what happened to George Floyd? Like I say, first and foremost, that what happened to George Floyd is a murder. It's a travesty. It's a gross miscarriage of justice, and they're being held accountable. The criminal justice system is working the way it's intended to. All 4 have been arrested. They will face trial, and it'll be based hopefully on the facts of the case. But our policy and that of the Minneapolis Police Department look nothing alike. And as we mentioned in the past, we're guided by reverence for human life, and there is no reverence for human life. The conduct of that individual that caused the death of George Floyd, or the 3 that stood by and did nothing when they could have, any of them, intervened and saved his life. So I'm very confident that will not happen in our department. Okay. Another question. How does it make a deputy feel to know that to some individuals the police are their greatest fear? That's a good question. It's a tough one. How does anyone respond to someone else's perceptions based on being painted by a broad brush or by discrimination?
You and this broad brush.
There's no easy way to answer that, but all you can do is just treat people with dignity, with respect, and that goes all around. Every conflict, even law enforcement with the community members, those that disagree with the actions of deputies, please don't fight deputies or use their criminal justice system the way it's intended. You will come out on top. If you were wronged or harmed by the deputies, you will come out on top. We cannot do that with violence. And I'll make a brief commentary on the issue that happened in Atlanta as a prime example. At the onset, it seemed like it was a DUI investigation that just kind of unraveled and ultimately resulted in the loss of the human life. It should not have happened. And we just have to be mindful of that. Let's resolve our conflicts with law enforcement by following the rule of law and then using the criminal justice system to then make sure that if you were harmed in some way, that you receive redress. And when deputies do a detention, their job is not just to take people to jail. No, their job is to disprove the innocence or guilt of the party. That is the only issue when they're doing their preliminary investigation. They use reasonable suspicion to detain, but they need probable cause to arrest. And so we got to make sure that in that equation, while they're doing their investigation, that we don't mar it with any act of violence or resistance that's going to actually muddy the waters even further. Let's just make the facts be what they are from whatever brought to the attention of law enforcement and resolve things in the lowest way possible.
Y'all facts do not be lighted up with the evidence.
People who may be detained, move on with their life, and they continue participating in the community, and they're not locked up. And we're going to make sure on our end that we're never just arresting people for the sake of arresting people or building stats, racially profiling, any of these negative things that have been associated in the past with law enforcement. We're not going to be participating in that in any way. And if anything like that is happening, make sure you bring it to our attention. You can reach out to any watch commander, any station, and make any complaint against anything that the department is doing. And this is called the Watch Commander Service Comment Report. And be the good or bad, we take the input, and that's how we address it. fix the problems of the department. Remember, we're a very large organization, but we're a very dynamic organization. We're constantly seeking to make sure we're serving the needs of the community, and we use that input to constantly address the issue. As a matter of fact, as a result of this case with Robert Fuller, now I'm having all my patrol station captains ensure that all the video camera systems around all 23 patrol stations in Catalina are working properly, and they're recording when they should, and they cover all the areas around the county. And to my knowledge, they are, but I'm going to make sure now. I'm going to hold each individual station commander responsible to make sure that happens. In fact, we're going to have a report back on that in the 2 months.
They said Millie is thumbs down in this video, probably. And those of her
ilk. Question, real quick. You see, I'm doing on time. Mayor Garcia wants to refund the police. I know this is an LA City issue, but it will affect us in the AV. What is your position on granting concealed carry permits to the average person so they can defend themselves? Well, all I'm asking for is good cause for the standard for granting a CCW permit. We've been issuing quite a few lately. We're going to continue issuing them as long as you satisfy that good cause standard. Of course, you have to be a citizen in good standing. You can't have a felony conviction. You have to pass the backgrounds. You have to go through the training process, register your firearm, all the things that you're required. And this is for carrying a concealed weapon in public. You do not need any of this to have a weapon in your home or your place of business, or to understand the distinction between the two. And some people are complaining that our policy is too strict and that we're denying everyone the Second Amendment rights. Not so. The Second Amendment right applies to your home, your place of employment. By all means, you always have the right to do that, provided you're not a prohibited person. Prohibited persons are those that have a felony conviction, deemed incompetent mental health issue or something of that nature that makes them ineligible to have possess a firearm. So let's keep that in mind. And
these low gas diatribes. Shut up. Let more people call in. I wanted to hear the people.
Not as concentrated as they are in the basin, so a emergency call might take us a lot more than 2-3 minutes, like in the basin. My standard is going to be slightly different based on the ability of local law enforcement to respond to that emergency. So I would encourage you, if you believe you deserve one, please apply for one. We've added additional personnel now to our CCW permit process to pick up the pace, and I know it's always been a burning issue, and we're paying attention. We're making sure that those that should have one, that they have the ability to get one with the proper permitting process. And in closing, I want to thank everyone for getting here, for logging on and listening to this process, and I'm going to encourage all my peers to do it themselves. In fact, I need all 5 members of the board of supervisors to listen to their constituents and to hear from them directly with no filters. Political theater is just you and your constituents, as I'm doing right here. And I think it's a very good venture, and it serves the community's interest in this participatory process, and it's a transparent one. So please, I can remind you again, go to our website, www.lasd.org, and click on the Transparency Promise tab, and you'll see all the information we spoke about today. And we're going to constantly updating it, and if there's something on the website you'd like to see that you're not getting, you have trouble getting to,
answers,
we have
the truth,
day and night,
transparency.
keep populating with new information. So again, thank everyone out there. Be safe. Continue to exercise your First Amendment right to protest peacefully, respecting the rights of other people. But in all means, your voice needs to be heard. So thank you, everyone, and let's call this a day.
Do y'all know that LA County officials was on? Oh, okay. The LA County officials was on live for 7 straight hours getting cussed the fuck out. They didn't respond like these people did, so this was a little bit different. This was actually a Q&A, but this is only 1 hour and 57 minutes, and the Congress was just getting started. Like, I've been consistently tweeting throughout this whole live show on Tariq platform, on what's his name, Dr. Umar Johnson, the news stations. I've been tweeting this everywhere. I've been telling people to come to this live. I've been getting the link out to the actual WebEx event, the telephone number, all of that. The people are just starting to tune in, and there are probably hundreds of people on that phone line. They should have stayed on and dealt with the community. That's some sucker ass shit, I swear to God. We didn't get any answers per usual. Another man was just lynched. That's 5 altogether. And they are all going to be deemed as suicide, even if the FBI stepped in. The FBI has never deemed a lynching a lynching. No one has ever been to prison for a lynching. Ever, ever, ever. No one has ever been to prison for lynching. This is a serious issue. They have finally, didn't they pass a bill to make lynching a federal crime? But they refuse to say that these are lynchings. They only answer like maybe 10 calls, 5 to 10 calls. This has been going on since 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. They only answered about 10 calls, but I don't know. They not holding themselves accountable. They not prioritizing. They just making promises and then blaming it on past administrations. No, we're talking about y'all right now. I just think they're just fucking it all up, and they are white. They don't get it. Like, everything he said was so out of touch with what's going on right now, what's been going on for years. I just don't understand how they could just label both of these incidents as suicide. Didn't they say they called the other man's parents in Victorville and told them as soon as they found the body that he committed suicide? Like, they're not committing suicide. Somebody is hanging them. And he said it himself. Somebody had to climb up the tree, wrap the rope around the tree. Who's doing all that? I'm going to climb a tree, wrap a rope around the tree, tie all these knots, and then hang myself in that same tree outside in the public. Yes, that's why I titled this video Copaganda. It's Copaganda. That's all that it is. I really don't have no more to say. I'm just incredibly disgusted by these events. This hour and 57 minutes was just like a waste of time. Clearly more than one person involved in all of these incidents. But I'm here to say they will all be ruled as a suicide. So be ready to be outraged, okay? Because they all will be ruled as a suicide, all 5 of them. These people, they don't care about Black lives. They care about protecting their image. They care about protecting their image. That's it. Exactly, Nicole, this me. If you're watching now, she said everything was just self-congratulatory. Broad examples that deflected the questions asked. Exactly. So yeah, I got the conversation started on Twitter. They did not care. He wanted to keep talking about suicide and all of that. And then you seen on the right side of the screen, I had asked him, you said that you would give us the information on how many Black people committed suicide in Palmdale. Like, why did they skip my question? Oh no, the family got their foot on their neck, as they should. So yeah, in Tallahassee, a Black man did murder a 19-year-old girl and an older white lady. I'm thinking because the 19-year-old girl, she had went on Twitter and said that, you know, a man had assaulted her sexually. And I'm thinking it's the same man because he offered her somewhere to stay for the night. And I'm thinking when she posted that story and she posted where he lived and all of that, that white lady maybe went to go help her and they both wound up dead. So that's what's happening right now. Let me get her name. I believe she's Nigerian. So that happened. Then another man was found hanging in Texas. There's protests going on all over the world still every day, even though the media is trying to dial back on their coverage of the protests. Please don't sleep. They shut the Bay Bridge down in between Oakland and San Francisco yesterday. And if you know anything about the Bay Bridge, you will know that the Bay Bridge once collapsed during a earthquake. So that's really huge because I would not be on the Bay Bridge protesting. Because guess what? That's scary. So you know that's huge. They are protesting everywhere. They are shutting shit down. And I'm looking for her name. Why post online instead of going to the police? She was in the middle of it. She was telling Twitter what had happened to her, and she was tagging the police because she was at a computer and her phone was at a different location. So she was tagging the police. The police wouldn't respond. I think these same police posted about a dog as well. God damn it. Is that like a thing for them? When something serious is going on, they post about a dog? Let me find her right quick. Yeah, so they got the black man in custody. Yeah, they stopped her name is Toyin. Alawa Toyin Salu, killed at 19 after speaking up about being sexually assaulted. A vocal and powerful voice in her community for Black Lives Matter. Black women deserve protection and justice just like everybody else. We do. Please say her name, Justice for Toyin. And did y'all know Tamir Rice would be graduating this year? Tamir Rice would be class of 2020. It's just a lot of heartbreaking shit. They care more about animals. I really do think that the Tallahassee police posted about a dog when they were supposed to be posting about when they were supposed to be going to go find her because she had gave the description. I guess she's like her eyesight is bad, but she had gave the description of his house, of how she got there, of what he looked like, I believe, and what he had on. And I don't know, but I'm kind of assuming that you can't call 911 from Wi-Fi, from online, from a computer. You can't, Platinum Elite. You can't. So she tagged the police on Twitter. And the thing about that is the police are always monitoring their Twitters for those type of tags because women are always in danger. And tons of women have used Twitter when they are being attacked, and the police have been able to rescue or save them, or at least find out who killed them. That's how the police found her killer, actually, because she gave them the full description. They just waited. They didn't act on it as they should, which is why we said we need to defund the police. Because if we defund the police, she could have actually tweeted a community person or whatever we're going to put in place of the police for I don't know. She could have contacted somebody and they could have rescued her. But the only people that she had was the Tallahassee police, and they failed her. And I think they also felt this older white woman who probably went to go save her because he killed both of them. And the thing is, while Black lives are supposed to matter, the most unprotected person in the world is a Black woman. Not only is she a Black woman, she's an African Black woman going through it with her family because her brother molested her. Therefore, they did not want her in the house no more, and her house was no longer safe. Therefore, she was homeless. So now you put homelessness on top of being Black in a woman in America, and that opens you up to be murdered. That opens you up to be attacked because the most unprotected person in the world is the Black woman, and they love killing dark-skinned Black women. We are like nothing to them. So while we fight for these men and women who have been murdered unjustly by the police, while we fight for Robert Fuller, who was hanged, and the police is going to fuck up the investigation, we also have to make a point to continue to say her name. Because if I take a group of 1,000 people and put them in an auditorium, and I get up on stage and I say the names of all the murdered Black men who have been murdered by the police, and I say, if you have heard this name, sit down. I can go through a list of 10 names of Black men and you all will have heard them. I can go to a list of 10 names of Black women and you all will sit down. So that's why the Say Her Name movement is so important. Because that could be you. That could be me. She led a Black Lives Matter protest. She trusted a Black man when she had nowhere to go, and he killed her. Killed her. Killed her. Tamir was so cute. Tamir will be graduating this year. Tamir will be having college scholarships, and him and his mama will be sitting down trying to figure out what college he's going to. Or he will be joining the military, or he would be going to a program to learn a trade. Tamir will be doing something, anything but being in the cold grave. And I want to tell y'all also, the other day when I couldn't remember the man's name who got murdered in the Vallejo parking lot, his name is Willie McCoy. Willie McCoy was asleep in Taco Bell parking lot, I believe. He had a gun in his lap, but he was asleep, right? Police pulled up on him and murdered Tamir as he was waking up because they said that they felt like their life was in. I'm not Tamir, Willie. The police pulled up and they murdered Willie because they felt like their life was in danger because Willie had a gun in his lap. So when the police pull up on you, you should always feel like your life is immediately in danger because they are strapped with all type of lethal weapons, which is why we try to get away. Fuck, you not finna arrest me. You race soldier? You know, when I first moved to this city, a girl threw a rock at my son, and my son beat that little bitch back in the head with the rock. Her father called the police, and they came and they put my son in handcuffs on my porch. Now, I've lived everywhere in California. I've lived in Richmond. I've lived in Oakland. I've lived in Vallejo. I've lived in San Francisco. I've lived in Antioch. I've lived in Pittsburgh. I've lived in Mill Valley. I've lived in Marin City. I've lived everywhere. I've raised my kids always in the suburbs. My son has never been in handcuffs. And the fucking reaction that I had to that, I'm so happy nobody got that on videotape. I went absolutely 51-50 on both of those fucking cops. I know my son was so embarrassed, but I just couldn't believe that they were putting, at the time, I believe he's going to be 15 this year. He was 13, and I just couldn't believe because a little bitch threw a rock at him, and when he threw it back at her, it actually dinged off her dome that they put my son in handcuffs. The most disgusting thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. They put a little Black boy in handcuffs. I hate the police. I honestly, I hate the police. I don't know how to change that feeling. I don't care if you grew up in this community and you're police in this community and you feel in your heart that you are a good cop. Once you put on that uniform, you just a cop to me. I don't care about the color of your skin, your family, none of that. You just a cop. Any cop who will put a 13-year-old in handcuffs for throwing a rock at somebody who threw a rock at him is not the type of person that I want around me. And these are the police that they have in your schools. So when I was going to school, where I went to school in deep East Oakland, Skyline High School, where niggas really had pistols at school. Like, they wasn't shooting each other at school, but I mean, they really had pistols. We didn't even have police on our campuses. We just had regular school security. So tell me why at my son's middle school do they have police on the campus? It sends the wrong fucking message. Get the police out of these kids' schools. If you can't control the school with regular school security, then shut the fucking school down. You shouldn't be teaching. You shouldn't be in a position of power. And I see so many school districts denouncing the police and taking the police out of the school system. And I am so happy for that. Because I'm like, what? We don't even be shooting up the schools. I went to school with real gangsters. Like real gangsters that was shooting niggas on the block, that would bring pistols to school and was not scared, not every day going to school in deep East Oakland. I wasn't scared going to Castlemont, and I wasn't scared going to Skyline, and I knew every nigga with a pistol. But I am terrified of the police being at school with my son, where he is the only black boy. The only one. I think I gotta move. I'm in such a conundrum. Like, do I move and put my son back into the schools with more black kids, or do I stay here so that he can have the educational opportunities that this community can provide to somebody who is the only black kid? He gonna get all the scholarships. So I don't know. It's a gamble. I can't gamble with my kids' life though. So hopefully I can do something about the police in the school. I don't like it. I don't give a fuck about the gangs. None of that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Once you put police in the school, I feel like that's a violation of their rights. So every single situation that these kids get into will be a criminal situation. You get into a fight at school and the police is on campus. Now you're going to jail. You're not just getting suspended. You're not just going to sit at home for 10 days. No, you're going to juvenile hall. You steal something out of somebody's locker, which kids do. You steal something out of somebody's locker. Now that's theft. That's a criminal activity. You're not getting suspended. Your mama not getting a phone call home so you could be on punishment. No, you're going to jail. Do y'all remember that video of the police officer where they called him into the classroom for that young black girl? He dipped her on her neck and beat the fuck out of her in the classroom and dragged her by her braids. Do y'all remember that? Like, people so scared of police, but y'all allowing these police to be in the classroom out the goddamn school. Oh my God, this stupid tweeter want to tweet me about damn Trump. Have you ever seen how large his rallies are? 61 million actually voted for him. Quite a few people care about him. But shut the fuck up. Nobody care about Trump. He can't even lift a damn cup to his mouth. Jesus Christ. Dear black women, we got to stand for each other. I swear to God, we got to stand for each other. We got to stand for our sons. People are saying things like, you know, we're fighting for black men who won't fight for us. I'm not fighting for them niggas. I'm sorry. You might be protesting for them. I'm protesting so that my sons can have a life in America. I'm protesting so that my daughter don't have to sleep with boards in front of her doors and gates all over her whole entire house, so she could feel safe in the home that she purchased. That's what my in-house protest is. Are you serious? His death has been declared a homicide? Are you serious? I'm telling y'all, this revolution will be televised. I kind of think I already knew that, though. Did I know that? Oh, no. That was Rayshard. His death was ruled a homicide. I didn't know Robert death was ruled a homicide. When I say there are so many names, there are so many names, and it hurts me so bad because we have to keep remembering these names. I'm finna put all these names on a t-shirt because I want to remember these names. When I could not remember Willie McCoy's name, I broke down so bad on my life. Like so bad because I could not remember his name, and it happened 10 minutes from my house. There are so many names. I don't want my daughter to be a name. I don't want my sons to be a name. And I don't want to be a name, y'all. I'm all they got. I can't be a name. And they are all I got. They can't be no hashtag. So whatever you fighting for, fight the good fight. And remember, if you silent, your silence is violence. Your silence is violence to your own people, your own kids. If you ain't got no kids, to the kids in your community, to your nieces and nephews, to your future grandchildren. This is a revolution. And if y'all stop burning shit down, if y'all stop peacefully protesting, and if y'all stop looting, which all works in conjunction together to bring eyes to the movement, then this is all for nothing. All these lives sacrificed for nothing. Y'all gotta keep fighting. Gotta keep fighting. These kids, we all they got. They finna go to college in a couple of years. We are sending our sons off to, I will be sending my son off to college in 4 years. If nothing changes, I'm gonna be a fucking wreck. I'm gonna have to move wherever he goes to college to watch his every move like I do right now. I gotta watch him in the college already, make sure he ain't rolled up into no gym mat dead or put into a noose. Then I gotta watch everybody around the college. Then I gotta watch the greater community around the community. Like, we should not have to live in fear every day of our lives. And when I send my daughter to college, that's even more mind fuck right there. Y'all, I don't know what the Lancaster PD thought they were doing. I don't know what Palmdale PD thought they were doing on this live stream. I don't know what the LAPD dude, detective, sheriff, whatever, thought he was doing, but they didn't do absolutely nothing. And let me see, so let's see if they ruled it a homicide. At a press conference, LA County Sheriff retracts conclusion that Robert Fuller, 24-year-old black man found hung by a tree in Palmdale on June 10th, killed himself. I found out this news the day of my birthday. No answer for why they claimed it as a suicide in the first place. Homicide is now investigating. So I guess if homicide is investigating, they said homicide will be conducting a forensic analysis of the rope involved, dissect the knot structure, serology tests, and video canvas that might have captured the events surrounding Robert Fuller's death. So yeah, Jay Giddens. I don't know if it's been ruled a homicide or if they just got the homicide team on it. And then everybody's messaging me saying they can't find any information on Victorville. I can't find no information on Victorville either. I don't know what the hell is going on out there. Their silence is violence for real. They are really trying to cover it up. At the very least, at least Palmdale is trying to get in front of the story and showing us who they are. Victorville's like, we know we fucked up. We know we don't have the answers. We're not even finna try to get ahead of this. Ours, we just gonna be silent and maybe they'll go away. Guess what, Victorville? 1, 2, brothers coming for you. 3, 4, you better shut the door. I'm gonna figure out what's going on in Victorville right now, you guys. Thank you all for joining this live. Please comment, share, subscribe. Share this out on all of your social media platforms. And be sure when I'm on live next, hit the notification bell so you can know, so you can join the conversation. Remember, if you're not talking about this with your friends, your family, your coworkers, on your social media platforms, make sure silence is violence. Every tweet, every post, every conversation that you are having is furthering the message that Black Lives Matter, and we won't be taking this shit no more. Thank you.